Where was the ring? I stared at the open box. I proposed. Alice turned me down. I got drunk. I remember that much. Very drunk. Unusually drunk. Did she take the ring? After checking all my pockets and every place else I could think of, I called her. No, she didn't have it. And I could tell that she thought I was using the missing ring as an excuse. My proposal had been a Hail Mary pass, and the call probably struck Alice as a pathetic ploy to keep the conversation going. So I hung up. I mean, it was a $17,000 ring. I was doing okay, but 17 grand was a third of my savings. So I called the steakhouse where I popped the question. No, they hadn't found the ring. Had I taken a cab home? I had. I remembered saying goodnight to somebody in a cab, a woman, getting out, and then the cab took off with the woman still in it. Now, I couldn't remember what the woman looked like, just that she had hoop earrings. And my phone rang. Unknown caller. So I answered. It was her. It was a woman from the cab. She had my card. Her name was Angela. She asked how I was feeling. I was honest, and she laughed. She had a good laugh, a big, relaxed. Do you remember everything? She asked, and I told her that I didn't remember anything. Well, that set her back, I could tell. Her voice dropped an octave. Are you serious? A big pause opened up. After a while, I managed to ask her after the ring, had she seen it? And she didn't say anything. Finally, I blurted out, all I remember is that you were wearing hoop earrings. That's it? A little quake had come into her voice. My mind raced. I felt this huge wave of guilt. What had I done? Was she crying? Had I slept with her? And then I suddenly realized that I was desperate to go to the bathroom. And I asked if I could call her back in 10 minutes. And she said, sure. And she hung up. So I ran to the bathroom and I did my business. And I realized that I couldn't call her back. I didn't have her number. Unknown caller. 10 minutes came and went. She didn't call. Looked like she had my ring, and that was that. Had I slept with her? I couldn't imagine it. I started to vaguely remember a second place that I'd gone and Grey Goose vodka. And then this hunger seized me and then passed. I had to eat. I went out, holding my phone in my hand in case she calls. I went to the deli, I got an egg sandwich and coffee. When I got back to my building, a woman was waiting outside. It had to be her. Oh, she was beautiful. She just took my breath away. How could I possibly have forgotten this woman? Her hair was thick and dark. She had a couple locks askew. She looked at me like I was incomprehensible, maniac, an impossibility. I sure felt that way. Because here was the woman of my dreams, beyond my dreams, but I didn't recognize her at all, and she had the ring. As soon as I was within reach, she handed it to me. I thanked her and took a bite of the sandwich to soothe my stomach. And maybe that seemed cold to her. It's hard to say. Something wasn't sitting well with her already. And me taking a bite of that sandwich just cinched the deal. She started to go. And I caught her hand and I said, wait, why not come upstairs for a minute? But she just shook her head. She took her hand back and she walked away, fast. My mind wasn't working too well, and I didn't totally understand that she was disappearing until it was too late, and she's gone. That night, the phone rang. Unknown caller. I was asleep, By the time I got to the phone and tore it from the charger, the ringing had stopped. No message. And I never heard from her again. She was my other life. You have one of those? I sold the ring for half of what I paid. I thought about keeping it against the day I found somebody else to marry, but it didn't seem right. It's been 3 years. I keep my phone by the bed now. But I know she'll never call because I had my chance. I just didn't know it at the time.